Oo na nga. Okay, good evening. Isang magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. So, heto na naman tayo sa pangalawang gabi na drills natin sa TLE Major Shift. So, this is the past drills review for TLE Let Review for incoming September 2024 board examination. Okay, from the Zoom meeting, where's the others? And then check. Okay, we have Ma'am Queensville is there. Okay, yung iba po, hintayin muna po natin yung iba na pumasok dito sa Zoom. Okay, from Facebook Live, shout out kay Ma'am Chumel Landrigan and Sherry Ann F. Saleng. Okay, shout out po sa inyong dalawa. So, good evening to Sir Romar. Good evening po. Okay, ma'am, naririnig po ba ako? Okay, ma'am, naririnig po ba ako?
Yes
Ayan.
po, ma'am. Good evening po.
Okay, akala ko kasi nagluloko na naman tong ano natin, Zoom. Okay, from Facebook Live, shout out kay shout out kay Sir Jonrel Tabada and kay Sir Jomari Pinote. Okay, shout out po. Isang magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Okay, so ayan, from Zoom meeting, we have Ma'am Rachel Mayroa. So, good evening. Okay, let's start. Question number 1 tayo agad. So, past drills po tayo, linggo. So, ayan, oras ng pagpapahinga and dapat nagre-relax tayo. Nakapag-relax ba buong maghapon? So, siguro yung iba niyong ka-classmate, mga kasali dito sa Zoom natin, pauwi pa lang sa trabaho. And then, balikan na lang sa, sa mismong Zoom natin. Pag na-open nyo, recorded naman po ito. Okay, let's start with the question number 1. Question number 1 agad tayo. Ayan. Okay. Question number 1. Letters that are composed of uniform with elements are classified as A. Italic letters, B. Text letters, C. Gothic letters, D. Roman letters. Again, I will repeat the question. Yung tinatanong po sa question number 1 is uniform. Ang pinaka-clue word po natin dito is itong uniform. Anong types of letter daw po yun? Anong types of letter yon? Question number 1. Again, I will repeat. Letters that are composed of uniform with elements are classified as blank. A. Italic letters. B. Text letters. C. Gothic letters. And letter D is Roman letters. Okay. Ano po yung tamang sagot? Ayan. Okay, teachers. Para po mas clear sa inyo, teachers, di ba? Pag from the word italic letters, ito pang tatandaan ninyo ha. Pag italic letters, ang keyword na tatandaan nyo is inclined letters. Naka-inclined letters po si italic. Opo, inclined letters po siya. Okay? Or slant letters. Okay, yan po si italic letters. So, ibig sabihin, si letter A is not the correct answer. Bakit? Ano ang hinahanap natin? Is uniform with elements. Okay? So, let's proceed to letter B. Diba? Pag sinabing text letter, ito po yung mga kadalasang ginagamit ng mga nasa simbahan. Okay? Keyword po dito, pag text letter po, ibig sabihin, this includes all styles of Old English text and church text. Naka-indicate po ito saan? Old English text. Okay po? Ayan. So, pag sinabi naman pong Roman letters, all of the letters having a stroke accented. Okay po? So, si B and si D is not the correct answer. Okay po? Ang tamang sagot po dito is Gothic letters. Okay po? Si Gothic letters po, ang tatandaan nyo po rito from the word uniform elements. Okay? So, the correct answer is letter C. Ito po yung uniform elements of letter. Okay? Uniform siya. Naunawaan po ba? So, ito yung ratio niyan. Italic letters, inclined letters. When we say text letters, this includes all style of Old English text and church text, right? So, Roman letters, tandaan nyo lang natin, all letters having a stroke are accented. Okay? Or made up, thick, and thin elements. Yun po si Roman letters. Naalamaan? Okay, next. We proceed to the question number 2. Drawing sectional views includes the following. Okay, again. Drawing sectional views includes the following. Full section, half section, broken out section, and revolved section. If front half of an object is moved away, how is the section called? A. Broken out section. B. Revolved section. C. Full section. Or letter D. Half section. So ano po ang tamang sagot dito sa question number 2? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ang tinatanong po, if front half of an object daw is moved away. Okay, nag-move away. Saan siya? Anong tawag dun sa section na yon? Ito ba ay si broken, si revolved, or si full section? Okay, sige nga. Ano pong tamang sagot sa question number 2? Okay, may 1 minute kayo para pagnilay-nilayan kung ano ang tamang sagot sa question number 2. Okay, from the okay, we have okay sa Zoom natin. Okay? Shout out sa Facebook. Okay, good evening, Sir Lamundaya. Good evening po. Okay, kay Ma'am Edralyn B. Mejorada. So, how about sa Zoom meeting natin? Okay. Okay, kay Ma'am Rachel Roa, very good. You get the correct answer. So, the answer here is letter D, half section. Okay, kitang-kita naman po sa mismong tanong. Diba? If front half of an object is moved away, how is the section is called? Okay, tandaan po, si letter A po is not the correct answer. Bakit po hindi tamang sagot si letter A? At because broken out section, this is a partial section. Ibig sabihin, partial section po siya na ginagamit natin when only a small interior portion of an object needs to exposure for clarification details. Broken. Ibig sabihin, kung makikita natin yung image, may kailangan siyang iayos. Okay? So, ito po yung sinasabi nating broken out section. Okay po? Ito po yung ano niyan. So, sabi dito, this is a partial section. Right? Partial section siya used when only small interior portion of an object needs exposure for clarification of details. So as you observe, this is the broken out section. Siya po yung kailangan ng details or clarification details. So hindi po siya yung tamang sagot. Bakit mali si revolve section? Okay, si revolve section and then si full section. Bakit mali si revolve and si full section? Okay, teacher? When we say kasing revolve section, this is made directly upon a view of drawing. So, ibig sabihin, it is show the true shape of cross-section of some details or special portion of the object. So, mali po si revolve section. So, this is the revolve section. As you can see, narration natin. So, sabi dito, directly upon view of drawing. Right? Saan daw? To show the true shape of cross-section of some detail or special portion of object. So as you can see, this is the revolve section. Ito muna yung details na ginawa nila. Okay, drawing ni layout, and this one, it is the final pictures. Okay, ito po yung true shape sa cross-section of object. Okay? Next, bakit mali si full section? Bakit mali? Because po, full section is one in which cutting plane cuts entirely across the object, showing all the view in the section. So as you can see po, yan. Ito po yung full section. Makikita nyo naman po na ang full section is a view that show what the object looks like if it were cut into a half. So as you can see, kung hahatiin naman natin sa full section, makikita nyo po yung hati niya. Right? So, naka-detailed naman po dito. Okay, so the correct answer is the half section sa question number 2. So as you can see, half section view is made by passing the cutting plane halfway through an object and remove a quarter of it. Okay, so ito po yun. Okay, nakikita nyo naman po yung details niya. Okay, so dito sa example, makikita po natin kung paano hinati yung isang object. Okay, so in question number 2, the correct answer is half section. Okay po? Okay po, Ma'am Queensville? Okay lang po yun? So next, we are going to proceed question number 3. O ito. To completely describe a cone, sphere, and rectangular pyramid, the number of views needed is blank. A1, B2, C3, D6. Okay, again, ang tinatanong po, to completely describe a cone, sphere, and rectangular pyramid, the number of views needed is blank. Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay? Okay, from Facebook Live, congratulations, Sir Jo Marie. The correct answer here is letter B, 2. Bakit po 2 yung tamang sagot? Although there are 6 principal views, di ba? May 6 principal views tayo na tinatawag. Okay, so ano yung mga object na yon? There are 6 principal views that an object may be represented in a drawing, but rarely required to be drawn. The most combination are 3 views, namely top, front, and right side view, right? So, it requires a minimum of 2. Bakit? It requires a minimum of 2. It because orthographic views to show the exact shape and size of the object. Naanawaan? So, 2 ang tamang sagot. Okay? So, para mapatunayan natin, okay, so this is the 6 principal views po. So, we have left side, top, rear, right side, bottom, front. So, yan yung 6 principal views created by looking at the object straight on in its direction indicated. So, as you can see, papakita ko po sa inyo yung orthographic drawing. Okay? So, this is the orthographic projection. As you can see, this is the front view, left side view, and top view. So, kung makikita nyo po, ipipictorial po natin, pictorial presentation is given. So, makikita nyo po kung paano bubuuin yung isang object. Okay? So, bali 2 is the correct answer. Next. You will find an electrode nearest the white band on a rectifier. What is it? A. Anode. B. Cathode. Tama ba? C. Gate. D. Main terminal. Okay? Ano po yung tamang sagot sa question number 4? Okay? Kay Sir Jo Marie. Okay, so, very good. The correct answer is letter B. Okay? B is the correct answer. Tandaan, bakit mali si letter A and mali si letter C and letter D? Again, ang tinatanong is electrode, right? So, saan siya nearest? Sa white band. Okay? So, ang anode is the correct answer because it is the positive electrode. The point of exit po of electron from a diode to the external circuit. So, as you can see, yan po si load natin, si discharge. Okay? Anode is positive going to negative. Sa charger po yan na. Sa load naman, si cathode po yung magiging positive. Tapos, negative naman si anode. Okay. So, makikita nyo po yan dyan. Next. Pag sinabi po kasing cathode, it is the negative electrode which is the point of entry of electron into device from external circuit. So, makikita nyo naman po yan. Pag galvanic cells po, si anode is negative, cathode is positive. Pag ano naman, electrolytic cell, si anode is positive, si cathode is negative. Okay, so let's proceed to the question number 5. Printed on dial of an AM radio is an RF band covering blank. A. THC 7690 MHZ or letter B. Is it 88 to 108 MHC or 16HZ, 220KHZ, and 535 to 1,650 KHZ. Okay, so what is the correct answer? Ang tinatanong po natin dito is si AM radio. Ilan ba yung RF band ni AM radio na naka-covered sa kanya? 16 to 20? Okay. So, teachers, pag FM po, ang tamang sagot is letter B. Kasi yung band lang po ni kung RF band ang pag-uusapan natin sa FM, so, ang sagot po dyan is 88 to 108 MHz. So, pag ang pinag-uusapan natin is AM band or RF band. So, ang tamang sagot po rito is si letter D. Okay po, si letter D po yung RF band covering of AM radio. Okay, ito si AM, ito si FM. Okay po? So, ang tamang sagot po dito is letter D. Naunawaan? D is the correct answer. Okay? So, si A and C, hindi po tamang sagot. Okay, tatandaan, printed on dial of an AM radio is an RF band covering of 535 to 1,650 kHz. Okay, kilohertz kung sasaisipin natin. So, ito po yan, teachers, para hindi pa kayo malito, pwede nyo siyang i-screenshot or isulat. Basta tatandaan, pag AM, it is 535 to 1,605 kilohertz. So, pag FM naman po ang pinag-uusapan natin, it is 88 to 108. Okay? So, ayan po. We will proceed to the question number 6. Planning and designing of electrical wiring is being done in order to A. Provide efficient and effective wiring system of the building. B. Maintain quality workmanship. C. Avoid overloaded circuit. Or D. Protect the circuit from high current. Okay, ano yung pinaka-best answer dito mga ma'am and sir? Kasi ang tinatanong pag magpaplano daw, tsaka magdi-design ng electric wiring. So, kailangan, ano ang dapat nating sundin? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ayan. So, dito po, ang tamang sagot is letter A. Bakit A ang tamang sagot? Teachers, provide efficient and effective wiring of the building, strict compliance of the requirements stipulated in what? In the PEC or PEC has the purposes. Okay? So, ang pinaka-best answer po rito is letter A. Okay? Yung pinaka-best po is letter A. Okay, lahat yan may purpose. Okay, strict compliance of the requirement stipulated. So, kailangan kasi yan under PEC. Okay, gets na po? So, ayan, we proceed to the question number 6. Ayan po yung ratio natin. Okay, so next, 7. These are several factors involved in electrical wiring installation, but the foremost consideration is blank. Again, these are several factors involved in electrical wiring installation, but the foremost consideration is blank. Ano ba yung mga dapat nating i-consider dito sa question number 7? Okay, kasi sabi dito, pinaka. Okay? So, anong dapat nating i-consider? Is it A, cost, B, labor, C, safety, D, function? Ano po yung tamang sagot? Ayan. So, From Facebook Live. Okay, very good. Sir Jo Marie, you get the correct answer. Okay, the answer here is safety. Okay, Sir Romar, you get the correct answer, and especially kay Ma'am Donna Gomez Caguyong. Okay, C is the correct answer. Bakit safety ang kailangan natin? So, di ba kailangan nating pangalagaan yung sarili natin? Hindi po pwedeng isipin natin yung cost, yung labor, yung gastos, yung function. Okay, teachers, di ba? Pag magpapatayo tayo ng bahay, ang unang iniisip ng may-ari is not the cost and labor. Why? Yung safety ng trabahador. Okay? Safety first muna. Kahit ikaw ay trabahador, kailangan isipin mo na maging safe ka sa bawat gagawin mong trabaho. So, yung mga tools na gagamitin mo ba is kumpleto o hindi? Right? Safety first before work. O, kaya, para hindi tayo nagkakaroon na anumang, disgrasya. Okay, next. Question number 8. Ay, tama ba? Okay. So, question number 8. Which of the following refers to the structural reinforcing members that hold or bind together? The main reinforcement of a column. So, ang tinatanong dito is the reinforcement of a column. Okay. So, A, is it lateral tie? B, is it stirrups? C, spiral tie? Or letter D, rebar? Okay, sige nga mga mami sir, what is the best answer here? Kasi, ang sabi dito, it is referring for in structural reinforcing member that holds or bind together. Together, the main reinforcement daw is sa column. Okay, dito tayo sa masonry. Okay po, is lateral tie ba, stirrup, spiral tie, or rebar? Okay, you have 1 minute para pag-isipan, i-analyze yung bawat question. Okay po, bibigyan ko kayo ng 1 minute to answer. Okay, so in question number 1, the correct answer here is lateral tie. Okay, the correct answer is lateral tie. Lateral tie is the correct answer. Okay, bakit? So, si spiral tie kasi is wrong answer because spiral tie is the structural reinforcing member that holds and bind together the main reinforcement of a round column. Okay, so ginagamit natin si spiral tie sa round column po. Okay, so ano ba yung itsura ni spiral tie? Okay, so this is the spiral tie. So ito po yung ginagamit natin, tandaan, spiral tie, in structural reinforcing member that holds or bind together the main reinforcement of round column. So kung makikita nyo, ito yung spiral tie. Yan, yung mga inilalagay diyan. Hindi lang sa round, pwede din dito sa area na to. Okay po? So, it is the uses of spiral tie. Bakit mali si stirrup? Because stirrups po, it is the structural reinforcing member that holds or binds together. The main reinforcement of this is for the beam or girder to desired position. So, ginagamit po natin si stirrups pag gagawa tayo ng beam or girder. Ano ba yung girder na sinasabi natin? Ito yung pag ano tayo ng pundasyon sa bahay, yung pinaka-poste, so kailangan po natin magkaroon ng stirrups. Okay po? So, ito po si stirrups. So, as you can see, this is the image of structural. Pag gagawin natin si stirrups sa constructional site. Okay? So, this is the stirrups po. O, yan. Iba yung diniscuss ko kanina, iba rin si stirrups, right? So, ano yung kanina? It is spiral tie. Ito si spiral tie. Ito naman si stirrups. Okay? Yan yung nilalagay natin sa mga poste para mas matibay ang pundasyon. Okay, bakit mali si rebar, teachers? Because, di ba ang pagpipilian natin dito, kung babalikan natin, meron ding rebar. Okay, so start tayo dito sa rebar. Bakit mali si rebar? Because po, si reverse po is the reinforcement. It is kumbaga, it is the steel reinforcement embedded in concrete structure. So, ang reverse po, kung pag-uusapan natin sa Bicol, ito yung kabilya na sinasabi. In English, it is rebar. Okay, yan po si rebar. Naanawaan? So, yan si rebar. Why lateral ties is the correct answer? Okay, bakit? So, as you can see, this is lateral ties are provided in column. So, kung makikita nyo, it is the longitude bars. So, nakalagay dito si lateral tie. Okay, may measurement din yan. Kung ilan yung measurement, as you can see, this is 6 millimeters to 190 millimeters. So, this is the square section. Pag nag-aaral tayo ng lateral tie, this is the rectangular, and this one, it is a circle or circular section. Meron tayong tinatawag na T-section and L-section. So, as you can see, dito sa plan, elevation, kung makikita nyo, ito yung plan, ito is lateral ties, longitudinally bars. Naunawaan? So, yun po yung tamang sagot. The correct answer is lateral tie. Okay, question number 9. Ay, 10. The structure that holds the poured concrete until it hardens to the form that concrete beam or post. Ang tinatanong is, ito yung, kumbaga, humahawak sa instructional concrete para ma-form yung beam. So, it is scaffolding, barterboard, forms, or stay. Okay, ano bang tamang sagot dito mga ma'am and sir? Okay, teachers? Tirit na ba? Ayan, so hanggang 1 to 20 question lang tayo ngayon kasi may mga gagawin din akong activity. So we have 10 question na nakaabang. Okay? So in question number 10, the correct answer is letter B. Forms ang tamang sagot dito, guys. Teachers, ito may mga keyword nang makikita dito to concrete beam or post. Okay, tandaan, scaffolding is not the correct answer. Bakit? Ano ba si scaffolding? When we say scaffolding, it is the temporary structure or wooden poles and planks providing platforms for a worker to stand on while and kumbaga ito yung mga tinatayuan, inaakit ng mga ng mga construction worker, scaffolding. Again, a temporary structure of wooden poles and planks providing platforms for workers to stand on while construction work. So this is the scaffolding, teachers. Yan po si scaffolding na tinatawag natin. So scaffolding is not the correct answer. Bakit po mali si barter board? Kasi kasama sa pagpipilian natin si barter board. Maraming sumagot ng barter board. Bakit? Si barter board po are layout structure used in setting the perimeters of a building using a mason steering and stake to mark the corner of the building lines. Okay, ito yung mga inilalagay natin, pang mark barter boards. Okay po. So, shout out kay Sir Romar. Very good. Scaffolding, pagtapakan ng mga construction worker para magpalitada o mag-finishing. Scaffolding yon. So, si barter board po, ito siya. So, di ba pag magle-layout tayo ng bahay, we need to use a barter board. Palatandaan kung saan hanggang saan ba magpoposte. Okay, so this is the barter board. Our layout structure used in setting the perimeters of the building using a mason string and stake to mark the corners of the building. Kada kanto po ng building, may mark yan. So this is the barter board. Ito po yun, oh. Yan. Barter board po yan. Okay? So next, bakit mali si stake? Si stake naman, it is used to mark the perimeter of structure for initial setup of an barter board. Ano yung stake na tinatawag natin? So ito yun. O yan. Stake yan. Mga palatandaan, ito barter board. Okay yan, barter board yan. Okay, so this is the stake. Para maalala nyo, okay, this is the example of stake used to mark the perimeter of a structure for initial setup of a barter board. Naanawaan, teachers? Okay. So ano naman yung forms? Bakit tama si forms? Ito po si forms. Yan. So hindi, ang ginamit dito is not the plywood. Okay? Iba yung technique na ginamit nila dito is styro para ma-form nila. Okay? This is the forms. Forms is the correct answer. Okay? Clear na po? Ayan. So next, we proceed to the question number 11. Every trap for bathtubs, lavatories, sink, and other similar fixtures shall be blank. A. Self-regulating. B. Tight. C. Fixed. D. Self-cleaning. Ano yung pinaka-best dyan? Mhm. Intindihin po, every trap for bathtubs, laboratories, sink, and other similar fixtures shall be. Anong gagawin nyo? Anong mas best? Kasi kung babasahin nyo tight, okay, tight is not the correct answer. Papipiliin ko po kayo ha. Is it C or D? Okay, A is not the correct answer. B is not the correct answer. Okay. Sinong much better? Si fix or si self-cleaning? Okay, teachers, in question number 11, ang pinakatamang sagot dito is the letter D. Self-cleaning. Hindi mo naman kailangang ayusin agad-agad yung sink ninyo and laboratories. Okay? Ang kailangan nyo dyan, linisin. Okay? Mamaya niyan, kaya nagkaroon ng di dumadaloy yung tubig kasi yung sink ninyo and laboratories para ang dumi-dumi na, di lumalabas o lalo na sa sa CR. Minsan, nagkakaroon ng pagbara. Lilinisin nyo lang yan, mga ma'am and sir. Bakit? Mamaya yan kasi tinatamad yung ibang maglinis. Ang dami na palang buhok or kung ano-anong nakapasok doon sa sink ninyo or sa laboratories ninyo. O yung iba, pag naghuhugas, yung mga yung mga tira-tira, pag mga bata ang naghuhugas, Diyos ko, minsan nagkakaroon ng pagbara sa lababo. Bakit? So, dyan lang, tapon lang ng tapon. Hindi marunong mag-separate. Okay, di ba bago tayo naghuhugas, tinatanggal muna natin yung mga dapat tanggalin. Okay? So, linis. Kailangan nating magkaroon ng self-cleaning. Di naman po pwedeng iutos natin yan. Okay, so ugaliing laging malinis. Lalo na sa pagluluto ha, sa area ng kitchen, dapat laging malinis po. Okay, kasi doon yung food natin. Okay, next. Question number 12. Which is the kinetic energy of falling water? Okay, which is the kinetic energy of falling water? A, thermal energy. B, hydrogen energy. C, solar energy. D is mechanical energy. Sige nga. What is the correct answer here? Ang tinatanong is kinetic energy of falling water. Oh, water. From the word water. Anong types of energy ba ang nakukuha sa water? Okay, teachers, walang sasagot dyan ng solar energy tsaka mechanical energy, ha? C and D is mali. Saan nakukuha si solar energy? Sa sun? Oh, mali. Pinag-usapan natin water. Okay? Hindi rin papasok si mechanical energy dito. Okay, very good. The answer is hydrogen energy from the hydro, water. Okay? Letter B is the correct answer. Okay? A is not the correct answer. Okay? From our Zoom meeting, very good. Okay, next. We proceed to the question number 13. Which of this is the first thing that pedicurists should do to avoid such situation? Ano daw ang unang gagawin ng pedicurist? Okay. Should do, should do to avoid such as situation. B. Be courteous. B. Ask the customer what she wants for her toenails, like the shapes, color, and etc. Or C. Decide your own design and style. Or D. Proceed to the service right after during customers say that she wants pedicure. A. Anong tamang sagot dito? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, shout out kay Arnold Gorgonia, Joy Bagazala, Mesty Ilarda Bermilio. Shout out. Okay, what is the best answer? Very good. The correct answer is letter B. So, bago po kayo mag-start na mag-manicure, mag-pedicure, you need to ask the customer kung ano ba yung gusto niyang design sa kanyang kuko. Ano bang shape? Kung ito ba ay oval shape or round shape. Depende po yan sa customer na kung ano yung gustong design nila. Mapa-style man yan. Okay? B is the correct answer. Hindi po pwede na mag-decide tayo agad-agad ng sarili nating style. Mamaya niyan, ayaw naman ni customers. Right? So next, sabi dito, proceed to the service right after customers say that she want pedicuring. Tama ba? Hindi to tama. Okay? So be courteous. Be courteous. Okay, hindi rin tama si letter A. Okay, so next we proceed to the question number 14. Customer A is complaining and getting pushy about pedicure service she received. If you were the pedicurist, what would you do? Kung ikaw daw, anong gagawin mo? A. Tell your customers to look another pedicurist. Yun ba yung sasabihin mo? B. Refrain from becoming emotional and continue working without being bothered by the complaint. C. Remain cool and calm, pleasant and professional. D. Ask for an apology, maintain professionalism, and ask what she wants. Okay, what is the best answer in question number 4? Kung titingnan natin halos, ano naman, tama. So, ano yung pinaka-best? Anong pinaka-best answer dito? Okay, the best answer is letter D. Kahit ano nang pinagsasasabi ng customer natin, kailangan nating mag-apology din and you need to maintain your professionalism. And then, dapat matuto tayong magpakumbaba. Kahit alam naman natin na minsan ang customer ay nakaka-stress. Okay. So, kailangan pa rin nating ano natin yung pagiging professional. Okay? So, sabi nga, number 1 rule, customer is always right. So, ayan. Next. Which of the following is not beneficial for facial treatment? Ano daw yung ano dito? Not a beneficial of facial treatment. Okay, is it A, softening and improving skin texture and complexion? B, helping prevent the formation of wrinkles? C, weakening muscles tissue? Or D, correcting skin disorders? So, ano ba yung hindi beneficial ng facial treatments? Sige nga, is it A, B, C, or D? Ayan, from Facebook Live. Sir Jomari, Sir Romar, and Ma'am Joy, Ma'am Arlene. Okay, you got the correct answer. The answer is letter C. So, hindi po beneficial ni facial treatment si weakening muscle tissue. So, wala na siyang kinalaman dyan sa pag-repair ng muscle tissue. Nasa katawan natin yon. Okay po? So, the answer here in question number 15 is letter C. Next. Following a haircut, when is texturing performed mas effectively? Okay, pag magpapa-haircut daw tayo, when is texturizing performed must be effective? Ano yung pinaka-effective dito? A, on dry hairstyle, the way it will typically be worn. B, at the shampoo bowl, after the conditioner is applied. C, on soaking wet hair that has been brushed. Or D, on moderately damp hair prior to the styling. So what is the correct answer? Okay. Ano bang mas effective dito, mga ma'am and sir? Kasi following a haircut when is texturizing. Texturizing. Okay? Texturizing. Perform mas effectively on a dry hairstyle the way it will be typically be worn. Okay? Not letter A, not letter C, and not letter D. Bakit mali si letter D? On the moderately damp hair prior to styling, maling-mali po siya. Okay, hindi rin po pwedeng isok natin yung wet hair that has been brushed. O hindi po pwede yan pag magpapaano tayo, magpapagupit. O at the shampoo bowl, after the conditioner is applied, kailangan ba mag-shampoo ng ano? Mag-shampoo ng magpapagupit, tapos kailangan pa bang mag-apply ng conditioner? So A is the correct answer. Letter A po. So, di ba pag nagpapagupit tayo, yun lang, ayusin yung buhok tapos diretso gupit-gupit na si barbero. On a dry hairstyle, the way it will be typically be worn. Kung anong hairstyle ang gusto mo, ipagupit. So, yan naman talagang nangyayari. Hindi naman, pag magpapagupit na, kailangan kong mag-shampoo, kailangan kong, pagpunta mo sa, mismong barbershop or pagupitan, isa-shampoo ka pa, lalagyan ka pa ng conditioner bago ka pa gupitan. O pagpunta mo sa salon, kailangan basain yung buhok mo. O saka iba isusuklayin bago ka gupitan. Hindi naman yan nangyayari sa totoong buhay. Okay? So ang nangyayari talaga is letter A. Tatanungin ka ni barbero, anong style ang gusto mo? Diretso, na sa hairstyle na gusto mong kalabasan. A is the correct answer. Next. Process of reaching solution to a problem which is based on family goal. Okay, ang tinatanong, process of reaching solution. Reaching solution. For what? To a problem which is based on family goals. Okay. So, saan po ba siya? It is assessment, reorganization, decision making, problem solving. O, sige nga, anong pinakatamang sagot? Okay, meron na lang tayong ilang question. 3 question. Okay, here in the question number 17, the correct answer here is letter A. A is the correct answer. Assessment po. Okay? Hindi po si decision making and si problem solving. Okay. Bakit assessment ang kailangan muna natin para makagawa tayo ng solution? Siyempre, as a human being, hindi ka pwede dapat mag-decision agad-agad na di mo ina-assess yung pinaka-main problem. Okay, pag na-assess mo yung pinaka-main problem sa family goals, so saka ka magde-decide. Decision making na yun. So, pag alam mo, ay kaya pala may ganitong problema kasi may ganito sa problem na setup, so saka mo i-reorganize. Oh, for example, bigyan ko kayo ng scenario. Sa loob ng bahay, kaya nag-aaway-away yung magkakapatid kasi na pagdating sa hugasan, sila'y nag-aaway-away. Kahapon pa ako naghugas. Si kailang ako na lang lagi naghuhugas. Si ate lagi na lang nag-TV or nagse-cellphone. Oh, as a parent, kung ikaw ay parent, tatay, hindi mo agad-agad papagalitan yung nag-aaway na, ganito, bubulyawan mo or ano. Ang gagawin mo, i-assess mo. Kakausapin mo yung dalawang bata. Okay, in-assess mo, bakit kayo nag-away? Ano bang problema sa binigay ko sa inyong task, schedule? Kasi ito di naman sinusunod ni ate yung schedule niya. Di assessment, in-assess mo. So ngayon, i-organize mo o ganito. Sa araw ng Lunes, ikaw lang ang maghuhugas. Sa araw ng Martes, si Eneng ang maglalaba. Okay, kasi si Mario ay naghuhugas. Okay, reorganization, inayos yung task ng bata. Next, this, decision making pala, nag-decide ka muna, saka mo inorganize. Okay, so, yung last is problem solving. Tapos ang issue. Okay? So, di po tayo pwedeng agad-agad mag-desisyon na hindi natin ina-assess. Okay? Assess muna, assessment, bago tayo mag-decide. Pag nakapag-decide na tayo, you need to reorganize kung ano yung mga nakita mong mali sa task. O at the end, na-solve natin yung kaso, yung case. Okay? A is the correct answer. Okay, next. The following are some myths about hair growth except one. A. Close clipping, shaving, trimming, cutting, or seeing has an effect on the rate of hair growth. Tama ba? B. The application of the oil increase hair growth. C. Hair grows after that. D. Normal hair, healthy hair grows. Anong tamang dito? Isa sa mga paniniwala except one. Except one. Ano bang naiiba dyan? Lahat yan paniniwala natin. The following are some myths about the hair growths except one. Si letter C, pinili niyo isa yan sa myths, mga paniniwala. Diba? Anong naiiba dyan? Is it okay, teachers? The answer here is letter D. Normal hair, healthy hair, grows. So ito, si letter C, hair grows after death. Oh my God. Si B naman, the application of oil increase hair growth. Okay, yun yung mga paniniwala ng tao. Kaya yung iba, naglalagay ng, dati sa probinsya, isa ako sa biktima niyan. Hindi siya yung oil na mantika, ha? Ano siya, yung dagta ng nyog. Okay, yung dagta ng nyog. So, kaya pala ano si Lola nun ng nyog. Tapos, yun yung gagawing shampoo. Naligo ako ng nilagay yung mga dagta ng nyog sa buhok ko. Ang problema nga lang, yung amoy. Kasi papasok ako sa school. Anong grade ako noon? Grade 6. Yung amoy noon, amoy nyog pa rin yung buhok mo. Kahit anong balnaw mo. Kasi naniniwala nun yung lola ko na pag naglagay ka ng oil, kahit hindi oil yung dagta ng ng nyog, coconut oil I mean, mas lalong gaganda ang buhok mo or mas lalong hahaba at magiging shiny yung buhok mo. Mas lalo kong kinuto nun. Kasi sobrang init, tas yun pa yung nilagay. Okay. So, D is the correct answer. Okay? Kung ano kasi yung tanong, yun lang po ang dapat nating isagot. Okay? Wag na tayong mag-overthink. O kaya hanapin. Gamitin nyo add and out. Ito, mali, mali, and mali. Okay? D is the correct answer. Next, 19. Which is a not desirable quality for effective client relation? Which is not desirable quality for effective client relation? A. Emotional control. B. Positive approach. C. Good manners. D. Discussing personal life. Not desirable. Baka di nyo na naman makita yung not desirable. Teachers, ang tinatanong is not desirable quality for effective client. Okay, palakpakan po ang nakakuha ng tamang sagot. So, the correct answer, not desirable, is discussing personal life. Kailangan ba ikwento mo sa client mo lahat ng pangyayari ng buhay mo? Personal life mo? Hindi naman pwede, di ba? So, yun po ang hindi desirable. D is the correct, tama. D is the correct answer and A, B, C is not. Okay, positive approach, okay po siya na ipakita natin sa client natin. Good manners, kailangan, and emotional control. Hindi po dapat pwede agad-agad tayong nagagalit. So, ang tinatanong lang naman sa question number 19 is not desirable. So, hindi po pwede natin, kung tayo ay empleyado, hindi po pwedeng i-discuss natin sa client yung mga personal life natin. Yung mga problema natin, mga pinagdadaanan natin, hindi po pwedeng ikwento yan. Kasi mamaya yan, Marites or Mario, yung kliyente na kinausap mo, di yung dapat, sa'yo lang na hindi nakakalabas, baka ikwente sa iba. Oh, lumawak pa yung issue. So, hindi dapat natin yan ginagawa. Okay? This is the correct answer. Next. As an entrepreneur, he must be aware if his business is good. He must the identity a good business through A. Availability of supply, interest, and business capacity and skills. B. Pricing of the products and services. C. Human resources oriented. D. Profit oriented. Sige nga, ang tinatanong is As an entrepreneur daw, he must be aware if his business is good. He must then identify a good business through A. Availability of supply and interest in the business capacity and skills, or pricing of the products and services, or human resources oriented, or letter D, profit oriented. Okay, teachers, i-analyze nyo ng maayos. Kasi nabubulag na naman kayo sa word na na skills. Ay, isasagot ko si A kasi meron siyang capacity and skills, especially the interest of the business. C is not the correct answer. D is not the correct answer. You choose. Is it A or B? Anong tamang sagot dyan? Very good, Sir Joe Marie. The correct answer is pricing of the products and services. Okay? B is the correct answer. Bakit? As an entrepreneur po, alam nyo po dapat yung quality of the product. So, yung kalidad ng produkto, saka po kayo dyan magkakaroon ng pricing. Ilan ba yung presyo nitong product na to? And also, you have a good service na sinasabi. Okay po? So, B is the correct answer. Okay? So, ayan teachers, I hope nag-enjoy kayo ngayon sa live session natin. Okay, so by May, first week of May, so siguro in 1 week, isang beses lang ako magkakaroon ng free live. Kasi yung in the following days po, ilalaan ko po yun sa mga nag-avail sa mismong let review. Okay, may schedule po kasi kung dapat sundin noon. So ngayon, hindi pa naman nag-start yung first week of May. So kaya yung yung nasa Zoom meeting and na discussion dapat namin i-share ko sa live para kumbaga mas marami pang para mas maraming matulungan na mag-take ng exam ngayong September. Okay? So ayan, so if you want to naman para balik-balikan yung mismong discussion namin, pwede po kayong pumunta sa mismong YouTube channel ko. Kasi yung mga dinidiscuss ko po dito, recorded po siya sa YouTube channel. Okay, i-upload ko po ito pagkatapos. Okay, so teachers, maraming salamat. And then yung mga kasamahan nyo po na magte-take ng board exam, first taker man yan, especially self-review. So, pwede nyo pong i-repair yung discussion natin ngayon sa mga kaibigan ninyo. Okay? Especially sa mga self-review na talagang hirap pagsabayin yung trabaho at pag-aaral. So, malaking tulong po ito yung mga pre-let review, especially sa September, sunod-sunod na ang discussion ko niyan in the month of August and September. Diretso ang discussion na yan kasi kumbaga palapit na ang board examination. So ngayon yung mga nag-take nung March, magiging LPT sa darating na Mayo 20. So i-claim nyo na po na kayo ay papasa sa mismong board examination. Okay? Don't forget to pray. Okay? Pray po, manalangin, and then sa mga first taker naman po, wag lang puro dasal ang gawin sa Panginoon na sana Lord ipasa nyo na makapasa po ako sa board examination. It is not the good idea. Samahan mo ng dasal and then sabayan mo ng action. Kasi si Lord gising, sabi nga 'di ba? Paano ka ipapasa kung hindi mo naman ginagawa ng paraan? So paano ka papasa kung hindi ka naman nagre-review at nag-aaral? So ang board exam po, walang madaling board exam, lahat po 'yan mahirap. Naunawaan po teachers. So, hindi po nagbibigay ng exam si PRC na madali. Okay. So, talagang i-measure yung ano nyo dyan, yung knowledge kung hanggang saan. Okay? So, hindi ito patalinuhan. Okay? Sukatan ito ng pagiging, kumbaga, dedikado at sa pag-aaral. Okay? Kasi kahit nga sobrang talino, kung laging kine-question yung mismong tanong sa board exam, they have a possibility na maging failed. Okay? Kung ano lang yung tanong, yun lang yung sasagutin ninyo. Huwag nang mag-overthink or kung ano-ano pa yung anuhin nyo doon. Okay? Huwag i-question yung mismong tanong para hindi kayo nagkakamali. Okay, that's all guys, and I hope you enjoyed this discussion, and shout out kay Ma'am Leonela Guillermo na nakaantabay sa ating Zoom meeting, and especially po sa mga kasali sa Zoom meeting na umattend na lang po sa live session natin dito sa Facebook. Okay, shout out sa inyong lahat. Okay, ayan, muli magsiserve sa inyo si Teacher's Grace from Saturday and Sunday sa next week. Okay? May discussion po ulit tayo. Via Facebook Live po yan and Zoom meeting. So, ayun, magpapaalam na ako. And don't forget to share and like my live, dito, itong mga discussion natin para mas marami tayong matulungan. Thank you so much. Ayan, bye-bye. Ayan, papaalam na po ako. Bye sa inyong lahat. Papasa, magtatap sa mismong board examination. Okay, so that's all. Thank you. Bye. God bless.